looking at the daily chart yesterday, it actually pumped up quite well because of the PPI. It closed high, but in the meantime, it formed a really ugly bearish hammer. Yep. It's because mainly of the October, the PPI is lower than expected. That's why it proves that the US side, the inflation, it seems like the inflation is reaching a top. It's a sign that it's reaching a top for them, but in reality, it might not be the top for them. Yep. So yeah, so they might lower their pace of lower their pace of adding the interest rate. Yeah, that's why it proves that it's a good news. It's a good data because it's lower than expected. That's why it popped up that fast. So actually, Dow Jones closed a little bit only. It closed a little bit higher only. It mainly because of yesterday. Because I'm finding why does it slam down too much just now. That's why I came a little bit late. You can see that right here. It's holding quite well above here originally. It's holding here, and then suddenly 2 p.m. it drops like crazy. So what it drops like this crazy is because I run through a news saying that a missile, a Russian-made missile, just fall on the Poland's territory. So it's like another war going on because I'm not sure who fires it, but there's a missile dropping on the Poland's territory. So at that time, after the news came out, it drops so steep. You can see right here, it drops immediately after the news came out. So yeah, I think it's mainly because of the news. So it might mean another prolong of the war. That's why it dropped like that. So it closes quite ugly for Dow Jones. Although it's in green, but it closes ugly and then it continues to drop. So you can see Dow Jones already reaching the top here. It cannot break out the resistance that I mentioned. And if this SMA 5 could not hold, then it will go back and retest this area. Retest this area, and then to see if it can goes back up and retest this, or it just goes back down. Because this coincides with the downtrend resistance support and the support line. Yeah, this coincides with these two. So it's quite a strong one. Let's see if it's able to hold it. So for the NASDAQ, it's actually looking quite good. That's why we might going to look at some tech stocks, because even though the Dow Jones has dropped and continues to drop slower, because previously Dow Jones is really strong, but yesterday Dow Jones is really strong compared to the Dow Jones. NASDAQ is stronger. You can see NASDAQ pumps up stronger and then reaches this resistance, the 12K area, and then goes back all the way back down, and then might just rest at this SMA 5 if he can support it, and then he can retest 12K soon enough. And if he can break through this 12K, then we might can see upsides at here. Yeah. This rally, it might means that somebody, yeah, because of the double bottom, and then it's more like a bear market rally to me instead of a new uptrend. It might test higher, maybe form a higher low at here or at here, and then go slower, because I don't think the US has actually settled everything. I think it's mainly because it pushed up because of the worst. Everybody has expected the worst, but it came out it's lower than expected, and then the election, etc., is going on. That's why it pumped up. Is more like a bear market rally to me. So, and everybody who tried to short here, short here, short here, short here, and then they pushed up due to the CPI, and then it's making them to do a short squeeze, and then they need to cover back their short positions. That's why they continue to pump up that high. So after all of the uncertainties, I mean, all of the good news are all pumped up, and then they push up until a maximum state, then they will continue to drop back again. So if you ask me if this is a bull market, I would say no yet. because I don't think it's really a bull market yet. But I think it's might going a little bull, maybe retraces a little bit and then retest a high again and then form a higher low right here. Maybe this year might be a small bull, bear market rally for maybe November or towards December. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, for the Malaysian market, it's the resistance is still here. He still cannot break out from the resistance set and then it dropped. It's weird that Malaysians usually like to go against the whole world. When the whole world is going green, Malaysia likes to go to red. When the whole world is going red, usually Malaysians, sometimes, I mean not usually, sometimes Malaysians like to go to green. So it's weird that I'm not sure what's the Malaysian doing. So they like to go against people. It's like proving themselves that they are better than someone or what, I'm not sure. So for this one, I hope today is close greener actually, because yesterday the gloves actually drops a lot, which affected the whole market to drops also, because the glove actually went up a lot. My views on glove stocks is actually on November 21, I actually did some research on November 21. It means that next week, KLCI has an assessment day. It means that that's a day to assess whether that which stock is still going to be on KLCI. They will decide whether that TOPGLOV or Harta will still be able to include in the KLCI. So my guess is that why TOPGLOV and Harta pumps up that much is because they wanted to push up the price in order to fight and in order to maintain their place to be included in KLCI. So once the valuation is over, or once they are confirmed that they will be on KLCI or they will not be on KLCI, then I think it might make the gloves continue to slide down, or not. There's just not enough good news to pump the gloves that much because of the COVID. I don't think so, because the COVID news are not as strong anymore and Malaysia are not locking down. So I don't think the COVID news is actually pushing up the gloves that much. That's why I keep on consistently looking for what's the reason the gloves push up that much. So this is one of the reason, but is it the main reason? I'm not sure. That's why we need to continue to monitor their price action after the valuation date. Okay, so my watch list actually did not change much. The ASB actually slammed down at 0.125, but in the end, it supported back up to 12.5 cents. So I'll still continue to monitor it, but I don't think I'm going to go in so soon, because the election is coming soon. If he lost, then we might see 6 cents or 5 cents. Yeah, we can see it dropping back right around here. But if he wins, then it can go really crazy already. So it's like a bet. So I might just bet on Monday, because the risk is quite high. If I bought around 12.5 cents and then it dropped to, if it lost, it dropped to 5 cents. It's like how many lots? It's like more than 60% of the losses. I can't take this. So I'd rather if he wins and then he might pumps up, everybody might chase, and then I might just chase them, but not right now. Okay, so for TOPGLOV, it actually retraces quite a lot, but it's still normal, because like I said, everything that goes out of the Bollinger Band will come back in, and then it's best if it rests at around SMA 5. So gloves are still not out from my watch list. It's still continue. I'm still continue watching it because it's still inside this box. Yeah, I think it might consolidate right here. If you really want to go strong and go crazy, it will push up above this. But I don't think, because the selling pressure is coming in already, so I don't think they might just push up today. But there's nothing as not possible or never. So just keep monitoring it if there's any possible action left. Or he might just go into another correction, maybe goes to around 95 cents and then push up into green and then continue to push up again. It's possible like that one. So for gloves, if he goes into red, we need to monitor if he can goes into green again. Every time a gloves went into red and then goes into green again, it means that they wanted to push every time, every single time. The next one is SOLUTN. Despite the drop on the gloves, it's still standing strong. So we still can look at this SOLUTN for possible further action. It's supported quite well above 33 cents yesterday. Yeah, it's supported above 33 cents. So you can take 33 cents as your strong support to look at 33 cents. I'm not sure if he might, yeah, he might try to retest 38 cents. Okay, the next one is ECOWLD. I'm not sure how many of you did swing this. Like I said, this one is a ladder pattern, but it takes a long time. It broke out at 62 cents and then pumped up to around 64 cents yesterday. It's really a weird movement. I think it's the syndicate himself playing. So if someone who caught this ECOWLD, then congratulations. But I could not catch it because the syndicate movement is too weird. And this, you need to swing this. It's hard to catch the breakout. I tried to watch the breakout, but yesterday I was watching the gloves. That's why I did not catch this ECOWLD. So it broke out. Next, it reaches the first resistance around 64 cents to 64.5 cents. The next one, if we can break out from this, we can see around 70 cents already. So the next one is BSL Corp. It dropped below this already. It dropped below the boxes, below 12.5 cents, and then reaching 11.5 cents. And then towards the end, it pumped up a little bit. It's back up a little bit. So this is a second support that we are looking at from our previous discussion. One is 12.5 cents, another is 11.5 cents. So look at 11.5 cents if he's able to support it. So let's see where BSL Corp can be retraced to. Can retrace to which area? 11.5 cents to 11 cents should need to stand strong above these two areas. Yeah. If he can't stand strong above this and then drop back down, then it's not good already. But it's not like I will completely remove it if it drops below. I will remove it if it drops back this area, 8.5 cents to 7.5 cents. If it's able to stand strong above EMA 20 and EMA 60, making this uptrend like this, then I will still continue to look at it. But it's best that he can sustain above here, 11 cents and 11.5 cents. If it drops back down, then the momentum is gone already. Because usually when people try to collect, they usually, after they broke out, usually the big players, all of them, might try to collect at, this is the first day. The volume is not that much yet. So during the next day, they might collect around 9.5 cents to around 10.5 cents. So they might collect at 0.095 to around 0.105, this area, yeah. Because it churns quite a lot at this area. So in my opinion, if the big players are in, their average price is around here. It's around this price. So if they drop below this price, it might mean that they already distributed it, and it might be quite hard. It might be hard for them to continue push up already. So next one is CHP. Okay, yesterday it washed down quite a bit and then push back up again. So there's actually a syndicate inside already because I can see him doing his thing. He killed, for example, yesterday killed around 5,000 to 7,000 loss at 1.09. He killed 5,000 to 7,000 and then he just back it up. And then he blocked again at 1.10, and then do the same thing again, and then do the same thing at 1.11. So I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's doing his thing. Yeah, so we will continue to look at it. I will continue to look at it. This is really high already. Or Chin Hin, yeah. If it ever goes sideways, because it goes up from the Bollinger Band already. So if it ever comes back in and then stays at SMA 5, forming a ladder pattern, then you guys can go ahead and monitor this. Okay, so the next one would be a QES and AEMULUS. Okay, like I said, this one I explained quite thoroughly yesterday. AEMULUS, what should you guys do? And I actually wrote the plan already. This is actually still downtrend, but it's going to test the resistance soon. I think it will depend on the NASDAQ side. So what we're looking at is currently here. Last Friday, it pumped up because of the CPI data. And then after it pumped up, many of them are actually, for example, like QES, it pumped up and then it goes up again, like today. That's why I'm looking at this AEMULUS, because it hasn't goes up yet, and he's supporting actually quite well at around 40.5 cents to 40 cents, this area. here and here. So it did not actually, after the gap up, it did not sell down, which is a good sign. And the volume is really low. And the pullback volume is really low. Consolidating volume is really low. Nobody wanted to sell it. So it's quite a good scenario. It's quite a good scene that we're looking at. Okay. Look, previously, what I'm looking at is this one is a small ladder pattern up and then consolidates. But this one is also considered as up, but it did not break out from the 42 cents, which is its previous resistance. So I'm looking forward to it to break out 42 cents. So for this AEMULUS, actually it's quite a good, quite good idea to try to swing it. Maybe your entry could be at around 40 cents to 41 cents. So your losses, your support would be, the first one is 40 cents. If you got it at 40 cents, then your stop loss would be around 37 and 37.5 cents. The previous ladder which they are making, around 38 to 37.5 cents, this area. So it should be around 5 bits to maybe 3 cents of risk. And then what we're potentially looking at the reward is right here. The first is 45 cents, this area, 44.5 cents and 45 cents. This is the first TP area. And then the next TP area is around 50 cents for the, here, the gap up area. 48.5 cents to 50 cents, this area. If we can break out this EMA 60 as well as the downtrend line, I think it will eventually coincide if they were to break out, because it's almost 43 cents. But for 42 to 43 cents, if it can break out 42 cents, it would be really great. And it can retest around 45 cents, the first resistance. And if it break above 45 cents, then can think about TP1 first, and then the next that I'm aiming is around 50 cents. So the EP could get around, it's best to get around maybe 40 cents to 41 cents. It's best if you can get lower. So the support should be around 38 cents to 375. And then the resistance that I'm looking at is, first one is around 45. And then the next one is around 49 cents to 50 cents. So these are the two things that you need to look at. Yeah. So yeah, if you can break out, if you wanted to wait for the momentum to break out, maybe you wait for it for 42 cents to break out for day trade. It's also possible. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm looking at also. Maybe it break out at 42 cents, then I'm chasing 42 cents, and then maybe I'll sell at maybe 43 to 44 cents. Yeah. So you can just follow through the plan, because tech actually looks wanted to rebound from their index sector. Their index, technology index from Malaysia, it tries to rebound. That's why we can look at technology from Malaysia. Okay, the next one is GENETEC also. It's also tech related. So we can look it together with GENETEC. Maybe you can take like Great Tech or Tofu or me as an indicator. If every tech is moving, you guys can go for maybe like GENETEC or AEMULUS or QS. Because QS also looks quite good. Yep, QS is moving. It's like a bit like the AEMULUS. It stopped for 2 days and then it popped up, but AEMULUS did not pop up yet. So I'm hoping that AEMULUS will follow QS. Hi guys, it's Zach here. If you like my videos and want more contents like this, click like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and trade well.